And we're live. We are live. Macho Man Randy Savage, snap into a Slim Jim. I don't have any Slim Jims on hand, though. Okay? No Slim Jims. But when the Macho Man tells you to snap into a Slim Jim, you do so. Anybody know Macho Man Randy Savage? The Macho Man Randy Savage. Alright, so for realness, though. And yes, I do wear my cowboy hat on a regular basis. I just don't for podcasts because you can't see my face. So, hope everybody sees this. Oh, there's going to be another beep. There's going to be another beep. Hope everybody's doing fine. Hope everybody's great. So I got 5 topics I'm going to cover tonight. Last night I did 10. I'm going to do 5 tonight. Go a little bit more in depth with them, though. So it's going to be a little bit more info on those ones. I wonder if anybody that watched last night's podcast, if they're going to investigate further on some of the things that were said. But regardless, I do support Slim Jims, but it's not an ad. I also support Rockstar, but that's not an ad. Uh-oh. One of our 2 cats are about to go at it. Look, about to happen. Pause. Pause. Leave Boatsy Bo alone. Hey. Leave Loki alone. So they're part like regular cat, part bobcat. And they're... One of these days I'm going to pick one up and bring them on camera. So, Pause. I renamed them, but my fiance had them before we got together. Pause is polydextrous. So he has thumbs. I believe that's what it's called. It's a cat. And we have 2 dogs. Our cats are great cats. Pause. I don't know what you're searching for, but you're distracting me. I'm going to focus on the people here. Alright. So we're live. Live action. In the top 5 topics are going to be number 1. U.S. Pentagon versus Washington Post. A national security breach. What happened? The Pentagon issued a strong rebuke after the Washington Post published sensitive information allegedly tied to classified operations. Now, why would they do that? Like, we're just going to show our hand or whatever. I don't know if my chat's live or not, so I'm going to type something. So I gotta do something with this. Like, I gotta get wireless headphones or something because it's in the way of my mouse here. See? Lights up and all that whole 9 yards. But because I don't like using the pad on the laptop. But anyway, sensitive information allegedly tied to classified operations. This incident reignites debates over media accountability and national security. Many on the right argue this is a prime example of liberal media overreach. And the need for stricter consequences for compromising state secrets. Well, I guess that would depend on what secrets they're exposing. Because, like I said last night, if something nefarious is happening, then I guess absolutely it should be shared. But if it's going to affect something that is in the workings, like a, let's say, country Z again, has to be dealt with in a certain manner, then they should not be releasing information that we're about to do something to said country Z. But if it's something that is, you know, not affecting the planned route, then I don't know what's wrong with sharing it. Why it matters. It's a flashpoint in the broader battle over press freedom versus national interest, especially relevant for creators like you, me, who challenge mainstream narratives. Of course I do. Why wouldn't I? I mean, it's not like, I don't know, we'll just make up something. Uh, you know, Channel Z is sending me a script and I'm reading it on my podcast every day. That's not happening. Okay? Uno momentos. Got that little magnet connects either my light up cord and my magnet connector. The only thing I don't like about it is you gotta pull that little plug out of the bottom if you're gonna plug something else and like plug a different plug into your phone. Whew. You gotta use like a pick to get it out of there. It's serious. The number 2 topic, so we're going number 2 here, is voter registration trends spell trouble for Democrats. Pause. My cat's looking out the window and all he's looking at is LED lights that are on the porch and our plants and stuff. So, what he's wagging his tail so rapidly about. Anyway, what happened? New data shows a sharp decline in Democratic voter registration across key battleground states. I think this has to do with the whole reframing and everything that Texas did, and now Gavin Newsom's jumping on the bandwagon there, and he's like, "Oh, you know what? We're going to change California too," which I believe he actually did today. My camera just flickered. That's kind of weird. I'm 9, almost 10 minutes in already. Analysis suggests this reflects growing disillusionment with progressive policies, especially on crime, immigration, and economic management. That's a problem. And why it matters? This could reshape the 2026 midterms and energize conservative grassroots movements globally. Whenever Donald Trump talks, he's always talking about, do you remember that big chart I had up there? Shaved is like this close. God did that. God made him look at that chart. Boy, what that would have changed. And it wouldn't have been good. Number 3. Well, this was interesting. Bed Bath & Beyond challenges California's regulatory grip. I go to Bed Bath & Beyond every day. It's where I hang out, take my naps. The retailer is pushing back against California's business regulations, directly criticizing Governor Gavin Newsom policies. Geez. That's shocking. I mean, California has the most regulatory, they are by far the most regulatory state out of them all. And the problem is that they're not regulating in a way that actually helps the people. It actually hurts the people. You know? Is that, all Skid Row is a real thing. Like, you can see videos on it. There's still homeless people and people that are struggling with addictions and, women doing nefarious activities and you name it, right? Homeless encampments, so on and so forth, and they just move them from here to there and there to there. But they don't fix the problem. That's the root problem, root causes. How long has it been since we heard that word? Wasn't it? What was her name? What was her name? Something Harris. Something Harris. Anyway, she's a nobody. Doesn't matter. Kamala. Seen as a corporate rebellion against progressive overregulation. This story underscores the broader conservative push for economic liberty and state level sovereignty. I couldn't agree more. I mean, a store wants to sell what it wants to sell, it should be able to sell it. As long as it's a legal product, right? It's America, for the love of the Lord. Unbelievable. And why does it matter? It's a symbolic movement for businesses restricting ideological mandates, echoing global conservative calls for deregulation. I mean, how difficult is it to understand? Oh boy. Number 4. We're going to 4. Trump administration expands Second Amendment protections in D.C. Everybody know what the Second Amendment is. Hey, Second Amendment. What bothers me is that there's some people out there that might watch this video and they're like, I'm not criticizing you in any way, shape, or form, so please don't think that. But you need to educate yourself on what our constitutional rights are, what that means, and where going outside of those boundaries can be a problem, right? Pushing the limit. Like the song, push it to the limit. Well, that's what some people do. Especially when they say it's a quote-unquote protest, turns out, 10 different businesses were brutally vandalized to where they took everything and the coat hangers out of the store. But it's a peaceful protest. It's peaceful. What happened? New initiatives aim to bolster gun rights in the national's capital, D.C. The crime rate's through the roof. Donald Trump deployed National Guard. Guess what? Everybody straightens up. Like nothing to see here. We're all being good little boys and girls. Oh, by the way, so the shirt. You see the shirt? The black flag, right? But here's the catch. Here's the catch. See that? I guess that way. That's Mother Britain, right? So the Trump administration expands Second Amendment protections in D.C. This is hailed as a victory for constitutional organizationalists and a direct challenge to urban gun control policies. See, some people will say, oh, more guns, more violence. I say, more guns, better protection. Second Amendment right states that we shall have the right to bear arms, and that amendment shall not be infringed upon. I didn't write it. We just got to abide by it. And why does it matter? It reflects a broader global friend of conservatives defending traditional liberties against progressive encroachment. Because they're like, oh, we want to take your guns. Can't do this with the gun. Can't do that with the gun. Number 5. The rise of global conservatism. What happened? What happened? I can think back just being a kid. Everybody had an American flag out in front of their house. I have a couple. All my neighbors do. Pretty much everybody I know do. Should be proud of that flag. A lot of people sacrificed everything for it. Right back to my shirt, right? Mother Britain. Fought the redcoats. What happened? Across Europe, Latin America, and Asia, conservative leaders are forming alliances around shared values, sovereignty, energy independence, and cultural preservation. Preservation. It's a good word. Movements like pan conservativity. Wow, I butchered it. Conservativity and conservative. Don't understand. Internationalism and are gaining traction. Leaders like Trump, Orban, and others are shaping a transnational agenda rooted in tradition. That truck shall pass. And resistance to globalist orthodoxy. And why does it matter? This is the ideological backdrop. An emerging global network of truth seekers like me, possibly like you, and faith-driven reformers like me, possibly like you. Well, maybe you're not. I don't know. I'm willing to debate. My chat's open. Just say hello. So let's go a little bit further here. In the U.S., focus areas are free speech, gun rights, border security, anti-woke policies. Hungary, the country. Cultural sovereignty, immigration control, and Christian values. Brazil, anti-globalism, family values, economic nationalism. India, that just, well, cuddled up to China a little bit. Okay? Let's not be too hard on India. I happen to know two India's nationalists that came to America legally. They live here freely. They are now Americans. They swore an oath to our Constitution. They're legal American citizens doing good for themselves. About to have a baby. We need more babies. We do. We need lots of them. And they're law abiding, caring people. And they're searching for the deeper things of Christ. So on India, national identity, religious freedoms, economic propaganda, pragmatism. From pragmatism. What? What's really going on? Okay. Australia. Good old down yonder, you know? Down yonder. The outback. Energy independence. Anti-net zero. And border enforcement. Australia. It's a massive country. It's an island. It's a massive country. They have border problems. Do you know what the border problems are? China. The ships. I'm at 24 minutes, almost 25. So I want to go a little bit further. Biden administration pushes genetic data sharing with who? That's the World Health Organization. What happened? When he was in the White House, he was backing a new initiative to share American genetic data with the World Health Organization. Critics warn this could compromise national sovereignty and individual privacy. It's called the HIPAA law. You ever heard of it? It's a big thing. Many see it as a globalist outreach that risks weaponizing health data. You remember that virus that happened not too long ago? I guess it was a few months back, but it hit mainly the East Coast, and like there were all these hospitals and stuff, sadly, that couldn't even function. Imagine something like that happening. It was like some update or something that happened. I forget what it was called, and I don't know why I can't recall what it was called, but basically they weren't able to log in and get all the healthcare data because everybody does everything through all computers and stuff now. They don't write stuff down like this. Like they don't have a pen and a pad, like the old ways. They still do bed charts and stuff like that though, for the most part. I really got to figure out something about why you're here. It's did I mention why I'm added? I don't know, but I'm gonna cover it again if I didn't. It's a flashpoint for those defending medical freedom and resisting international control over U.S. citizens. That would be me. I'm a U.S. citizen. Hello, Kristen. And with the HIPAA law, I mean, why would they think that that's even okay to share that information? You know? To me, it's putting our adversaries, it's just giving our adversaries a plate full of information that, like, you know, how to deteriorate America. Well, they're already doing it. We need more babies. Conservative PACs target school boards nationwide. What happened? A surge of conservative political action committees are mobilizing to flip school board seats across the country. Heard that one. This is a grassroots revolt against progressive. Don't even know that word. Curricula? Gender ideology and critical race theory. The CRT. Just divide us more. How ridiculous. Anybody that's truly racist these days really needs to, well, it ain't gonna matter. Here, I would imagine in like another 5 or 10 years, there's gonna be there's either gonna be very fewer of them, or it's gonna exponentially grow. But it's not gonna be the way that we think, is my guess. And why it matters is that there's strategic, I can't talk tonight, strategic move to reclaim local control and protect children from ideological indoctrination. We're teaching our children things that ought not be taught. It's a problem. What happened to standing and pledging allegiance to the flag before school began? The bell rang. You better be in your seat. You go through morning announcements. And then what happens? And please stand for the national anthem and the Pledge of Allegiance. What happened to that? I wonder how many schools. I'm going to figure this out, and I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to cover it tomorrow. I want to know how many schools in America, across the whole nation, actually do a Pledge of Allegiance. I'm probably scared to find out the number, actually, you know? Here's another one. U.S. to vet immigrants for anti-Americanism and moral character. What happened? New immigration policies will screen applicants for anti-American views and moral fitness. Right. If you don't agree with our Constitution, which is on my wall over there, we the people, very big at the top. If you don't agree with that, then why are you coming to our country? Our country was built on immigration, legal immigration, mind you. Yeah, we've had some bubbles, and then we had some fairly large explosions. But most people came into the country legally. Supporters hail this as a long overdue measure to preserve cultural integrity and national values. Thank you. Thank you. And why does it matter? It reflects a shift towards merit-based immigration rooted in patriotism and assimilation. hmm hmm Trump hosts Zelensky and European leaders in D.C. What happened? Former. So President Trump held a high-profile summit with Ukraine's Zelensky and several European leaders. This positioned Trump as a global statesman, an alternative to Biden's foreign policy approach. No, did he even have one? And why does it matter? It is a symbolic moment for conservative, advocating strength, diplomacy, and peace through power. So I hope some of this was informative to people. Just still pumping out the content, waiting for my community. And my camera froze. So that was perfect timing. I will end it on vocals only. Not do a devotional. But I would say where is it? Whoops. I'll just cover it. So John 3:16 is famously quoted, "For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son. Whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life." It's not just as easy as calling on the name of Jesus. You need to have a personal relationship with him. Sadly, my camera died. But dig deep, because we don't know when the time ends. You don't know when your time's up. And I thank you again for tuning in for another episode of World Truth Matters with Ace. Till next time, stay blessed.